Okay, my friends. So I did something a little bit sneaky recently, and I started a hidden TikTok channel, not a hidden one, but one that I didn't tell my regular audience about because I wanted to grow without any of my actual audience knowing about it and being able to, like, oh, a bunch of photographers are following me on TikTok. So if you are a wedding photographer, TikTok is a huge part of your plan. It just has to be, even if you're in high school seniors, making sure that you have TikTok is a huge part of your plan. So I wanted to take a second. Happy Monday, back on how I got to, well, it's now 1,200 followers, but it was 1,100 followers in just 30 days, in just 1 month on TikTok. And I wanted to break down exactly what I did for you so you can duplicate this yourself. Again, I did not pull any of my photography audience onto here, so that I could show you something that was really genuine and built from the ground up. So first things first, everyone always wants to know about posting consistency. Well, I did at least one a day, sometimes two a day. Now, what I should have done was post more towards the evening because TikTok does tend to be better, typically, at least with this audience, towards the evening if you're posting consistently. But I just woke up every morning and I posted. I made different pillars. So, pillars are like the type of content that you are posting. Also, can you all let me know if you can hear me? That would be great because I didn't check. Um, and let me know what kind of photographer you are. Amazing. So I could kind of tilt this towards you. So I had different pillars. My pillars, which if I just pause here for a second, you can kind of see what my pillars are. So I have some like this one right here that is like at a shoot, in a shoot. So showing you things that are behind the scenes. So there's that one there. There's a private beach engagement session here, like a what you see, what you don't, this kind of thing where it's just showing a first look. So it's like an on the job type of shoot. Sometimes it's even just like showing pictures. Like I would even say this one right here is that kind of one because you'll see right afterwards I show a bunch of pictures. So one pillar is just showing the art, and that's okay, but that is definitely not what typically got seen. Ones like this where there were lists. So how not to start your bridal era, and then getting drunk before the vows, fighting on the wedding day, missing your plane to the honeymoon next morning, or something like this. A chat GTP prompt that every bride needs to use. That is another one there, and just kind of giving them the prompt. Where's another one? Oh, this one right here. 5 things you won't regret doing the week of your wedding. Save this. That was another one. Another pillar that I had was asking questions. And this is one good example. What's the most difficult part about finding a photographer? But the most successful one I had was actually this question. I have the most crucial question that needs to be asked. What are you eating for the morning of? It has over 5,800 comments, but people just telling me like what they're eating. I love ones like this. I had water and anxiety. So questions are really big. And I ask questions like that. I also ask questions like this one right here, where I asked about, what kind of engagement photos would you like? You want 100 good engagement photos or just like 5 epic engagement photos? So that was another pillar that I used. And then the last pillar, where can I find it right here? Mm-mm-mm. No, I think, oh, lists. Oh, this was kind of list ones. We already went over that. This was behind the scenes questions. Yeah. So those are my basic lists there. Now again, posting every day, sometimes twice a day, and sticking within those lists and then like varying them, asking a question, showing behind the scenes. And I tried to do some that were somewhat like humorous. And then of course I got ones like this that look just like her mother. Awesome. But not good. Because then I look old on TikTok, right? So just kind of funny. But what I did is after I kind of posted all of these, I also had one pin post here that talks about my wedding photography. So this is just copied over from my Instagram, and in my Instagram, and this is something I go over in my mastermind. If you are all interested in photography as a business, like putting food on your table as a photographer, the mastermind, I have a link to it in the description. We go over social media pretty heavily because it's very important. Anyway, this is copied over from my Instagram, where we just have a pinned post and it's talking about what we do as photographers. It's something I tell all of my mastermind students to do, and they have a lot of success with it because it's basically like putting the information that's necessary for people. If they, come across my TikTok, they can get that information right there. And it's never going to be something that's viewed the most. Like this content is not going viral, but it's there for the information itself. And of course, they can go to my website now that I have over 1,000 followers. So that was one pin post. You always want like everything that you post is meant to capture, right? You need to hook them in the first 3 seconds. Hey Jane, see how you doing? Whether it's showing off, fitness photography, and then just hook them in that first 3 seconds. Like this was my most successful post right here. Because they're like, wait a minute, oh, now I have to see this one photo. Are they really that many steps? Like it just keeps people watching. And I'll just like let this one play. And it keeps people reacting in here. And this was my most successful one. And this one got a lot of comments, but the comments and likes are fine. They don't really mean anything on TikTok though. This is what I love the most, the saves. All right. So let me go back. So I kind of showed you what I'm posting, how often I'm posting, but here's what actually matters. So remember this one where there were 5,800 comments? This one got me like 5 followers. It didn't really get me any followers. It has some saves, less saves right here, 300, but this one didn't actually get me followers versus this one got me a ton of followers. And you can see so many more saves. And even some of the ones that are a little bit smaller on the number, like this one was still good, but this still has 600 saves for only 15,000 views. And I don't say only lightly, like that's a lot of views. I was really happy about that. But this was really important because people are going to come back to this. And then when they're actually looking for wedding photography, they're going to come back to this. A couple of other things I wanted to mention, make sure everything is like wedding photography forward, like showing things that someone who is engaged would like. It can't be stuff that you think other wedding photographers find funny because then other wedding photographers are going to find you and then they'll follow you. And then that's going to be your algorithm, your Instagram algorithm. So you really don't want to do that. And then having saved things are really good. But one other thing I wanted to show you guys here. Oh, right here. So this is almost exactly the same as that one I said that was the most popular, but I had a different text on it. I actually posted this one first and it did do really well. So I ended up posting it again, but I changed, it was the same exact video, but I just changed this text right here and it did much better with this text. So if you have a video that's doing well, post it again and improve the hook in the beginning or improve something in there or just change something in there, change the audio in there and see if it does better. In this case, it did better. So what I ended up doing to boost views, and I have a couple of tips for this. So one, I did put an ad behind this one. I'm talking like $50. We're not like doing a bazillion dollars, but I waited until I had one that was viral that did really well, and then I put an ad behind it. I didn't get too crazy into ads. I just threw $50, $58 behind it. So that helped, and then ended up getting a lot of followers that way. Another thing I did, and let's just go to this one that I posted this morning. I made sure that what I was putting in the text was search engine optimized because searches are important. I apparently completely forgot to put hashtags in there, which is really dumb. I have to change that. I thought I did put hashtags in there. Apparently not. But I also tagged, this is the bride and the maid of honor, makeup artist or hair and makeup artist, florist, and then the venue. And then I also tagged the location. Those tags are all super important because these people are potentially going to share or at least interact on it. And people that are searching for this venue would potentially find this right here. The hashtag is also really important. I'm like annoyed I forgot that this morning. But here, let's go to this one. All right, so there's some hashtags. You can only do up to 5. Wedding talk, bride talk are some big ones, as well as 2026, 2027 bride, bride to be. I did this on brides because this was a bride. I'm talking about things that brides do during the wedding week. So that was something pretty important to do, all those taggings as much as possible. And then I would actually message, and I'm logged into my other account here, so I can't see it here, but I would actually message if I tag them, I would send it to them and send it to them in a post in a message to let them know, like, hey, I featured you. And then they would share it a lot of times. So all those things, just like letting it be known. Two other things I did that really helped me grow. I sent a message and an email to all of my current and past wedding clients to let them know that I started over. So take advantage of people that you know that will follow you, that are in the type of people you want to follow you. Don't message your photography friends and ask them to follow you. Don't message your family and ask them to follow you. Message the actual audience you want following you. So I did that. Got a bunch of them following me that way. And then I also emailed all of the venues. I'm sorry, I didn't email. I sent an Instagram DM to all of the venues, and I can pull that up actually so you can see what that was. So there's probably a bazillion of them in my messages right now. Let's look. Burp. A little bit lower down. Okay, so this is probably one right here. Hey, I'm starting over. I'd love to follow you. I have a brand new TikTok. Can you send me a message there so I can find you? And I mean, I probably sent like 100 emails or DMs. And I will say, I got blocked for a second. I couldn't send any more links, which is why I just have at Vanessa Joy Wedding Photos instead of like tiktok.com/. So I did get a little bit blocked. Can't send that many links, but I asked them to follow me, and then that helped that count as well. So that's it. Those are all the things that I did to get to 1,100 followers on TikTok in just a month. Oh, and another thing, I followed other couples that were engaged. I would, scroll through and interact and follow and comment on other brides, mostly brides, because a lot of brides have their name and it says 2026 bride, so you can really easily find them. So I made sure I messaged them, commented on things, and just interacted with that audience that I wanted. So far so good. I will say though, I have not gotten a lead via TikTok yet, and all these numbers, like it's great, but whoop-de-doo unless it's like putting some numbers in my bank account, right? So I will update you when I get the first lead or booking from here so we can see like what actually worked. I know it's going to happen soon. One of the reasons why I know it is going to happen soon are because of all the saves, right? When you have so many saves here, these are very often people who are saving it because they want to look at you later when they're looking at wedding photography. So I know with the well over 10,000 saves I have at this point that they're going to come back. The second thing is I wasn't able to have my website here until I got over 1,000 posts. Or I'm sorry, over 1,000 followers. So I only just was able to put this website here like 2 days ago. So that now that that's there, I know I will end up getting more leads via TikTok. And I'm just going to keep going with that once a day, interacting and my pillars, asking questions, giving lists, and then showing off the work. Oh, and then every once in a while, I would do like a trend like this one. This one didn't work whatsoever. So there's that. This is another one that's like a trend. And I found that didn't really work actually at all, except for like a photographer. So a lot of times the trends themselves don't actually work. I would probably mostly avoid the trends and then just stick with this content. A lot of behind the scenes content does really well. This is a first look with dad. So capture that behind the scenes content or hire an assistant, capture that behind the scenes content. Look, we got the venue commenting on it. This is a bride. This is a sister. And of course I contacted them. Well, my goodness, I forgot to do hashtags here too. Oh, okay. Well, I'll see y'all later. I'm going to go back and put some hashtags on everything that I apparently forgot because hashtags are important on TikTok. They're not as important on Instagram anymore, but they are still important on TikTok. So I'm going to go fix my problems now. But I hope that's been helpful. If you're at all interested in running a successful photography business, I do have a link to my mastermind. The mastermind, it's a big thing. I've been doing a pretty big thing. Oh, I guess I can just pull up like this little. Yeah, here we go. All right. So the mastermind, it's not a course. It's not a bunch of videos I'm throwing at you. It is one-on-one coaching, real accountability, with you get one-on-one calls and weekly check-ins. Of course, we have group component. We're actually doing a clinic today on how to hire a virtual assistant. So that one's going to be really fun. It's also updated information and from somebody who is relevant in the photography industry, myself, who still gets paid primarily by people who pay me to hold a camera versus people who pay me to educate them on how to hold a camera. So that's a really important distinction that we have very relevant information here. So you can go to the link in the description below and apply for the mastermind. It is currently sold out, but I anticipate within the next 7 to 10 days, we're going to start trickle opening the doors. So go ahead and apply. Of course, this video is going to give you all the information about it. And hopefully I will see you on the inside. Thanks for watching.